Good evening and welcome to Painting Under the Stars. We're so happy you're here with us tonight. Tonight, we'll be painting a lily, a symbol of peace, renewal, and quiet strength. As we bring this flower to life on canvas, allow yourself to slow down and settle into the rhythm of the evening. In just a moment, James will begin guiding you step by step through the painting process. He'll walk you through blending your background, shaping your petals, and building depth with light and shadow. Remember, you can pause or replay the video anytime. This experience is meant to move at your pace. There's no rush, only the joy of creating. Feel the sand beneath your feet. Listen to the waves in the distance. Let the calm of the night inspire us. Tonight, we're not just painting a flower, we're creating a moment. Let's begin.
All right, Victoria, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and paint this beautiful lily. All right, so you can go ahead and get your canvas ready. All right, so we're gonna start with coloring the background first. Background, we're gonna kind of make it like look a little dark, like it's in the water. So we're gonna start off with sap green, black and blue. If we don't have the sap green, then we can go ahead and mix a little bit. So what I'm gonna do is put a ratio of 2:1 for yellow and ultramarine blue. Feel it in there. There we go. Alright, gonna mix it here. Gonna throw a little bit of black. And then a little bit of blue as well. Just paint this. Alright, so what I'm gonna do is mix some of this black. Gonna mix some green. A little more black. so I'm kind of just painting the sides in case I decide to hang it. Alright, so go ahead and let the canvas dry before we proceed. So I'm gonna go put mine in front of the fan really quick. Alright. Alright, so we're gonna start off by drawing the lily. So you can start in the center. We're gonna start with one petal first. You should have a stencil somewhere close by. I definitely encourage you to practice on a sheet of paper a few times. Make sure you get a progress photo in as well. Take a picture now before progress really shows up. I'm just drawing a few leaves here. Those leaves, we can get another leaf over here. Well, the leaves don't have to be perfect. The beautiful thing about art and nature, which pretty much go hand in hand, is that in nature there's no two designs that are exactly the same. Just take a little piece in that when it comes to drawing this. Again, they don't have to be perfect. Mines don't look perfect. But you just gotta be proud of it. Know it's something you gave your all to. Something you're gonna take with you. Alright, we can probably put like a stem up here. Maybe like a budding lily. Maybe like another one over here. Maybe another leaf somewhere over here. Important to make it look like there's a leaf behind the petals. And if you don't want to freehand it, which I encourage you to do because there's no perfect flowers. Well, maybe all flowers can be perfect, but they're all unique in their own way, just like our artwork. Just so I'm gonna leave my flower there. Alright, so we're gonna start with yellow and a little bit of white. Already got our yellow. Go ahead and grab a thinner paintbrush. I'll start with this one, which is about a number 4. Actually, we'll start with the number 2. Definitely want to add more yellow to the mix. So as we progress to the next petal, y'all, it is important to keep the lines separated, and you'll see what I mean by that in just a second here. Alright, so try to keep like a little small space between these petals to help you keep the outline of them. Later we will fill it in with a different color, but for now just try to keep that little space there. We're gonna just go ahead and color the rest of the petals in. Now let's start painting lines from the tip of the petal towards the flower. And for this petal that's in the back, keep the paint strokes separated. Don't blend it over these other 2 petals here. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and add a little bit of orange to that. Alright, so since we don't exactly have orange, we're gonna drop a little bit of red into the mix. Alright, before I actually go ahead and touch this, I'm going to make sure this dries properly. So I'm going to run and put it in front of the fan for a few seconds. Alright, that's pretty dry. Not all the way dry, but pretty dry. Alright, we'll just color the tip of the fan a little bit. Alright, so you want to kind of do like the outside of the leaf a little bit, and then the middle, because that's where the crease will be at. Alright, and that's just for this leaf. Kinda should have cleaned my brush a little more. Get a little more orange, since I don't technically have that. Again, you kind of want to do the outer edges of the leaf. From this angle, you can kind of do one streak in the middle to highlight the center of the leaf.
You can also draw it on the bottom edge of the leaf to kind of give it like a shadowy look, which I'm kind of doing to all of them. Giving all of the tips of the petals as well some of this orangish color.
If you see any lumps in your paint, it can be because either there's some type of debris in the paint that's coming off of your brush, something you could have picked up, or there's a glob of paint. Almost done here, just coloring this last one.
So for this main petal that's in the front, you want to imagine that there's a yellow stem going straight down the middle and paint on the sides of it. If you already colored the middle of this petal mostly orange, it's okay. We're gonna come back later with more yellow anyways. Here's our final petal. Get the tip of it. A little more paint here. Come back to touch up this one a little more. Tip of this one and going straight down the middle, where I'm kind of giving it more tint.
Alright, I might double back around once that dries off a little bit. Alright, so into this mix over here, I'm also going to drop a little bit of blue. Just a tiny bit. Actually, I'm going to let this dry. I'm going to do it. Alright. Just in. take a little bit of that stuff and try to mix it over here. So, I'm gonna color a little bit of this leaf here. Alright, so we're gonna kind of try to give it a little bit of a shade, under shade here. Give a little bit of undershade to this side. Maybe a little bit of shade to this leaf.
So here you kind of want to make sure you outline front petal, so that way you kind of cast an imaginary shadow on the back petals.
Put a little bit over here. Off. Then from here I'm gonna go towards the orange and white color.
Again, it's just a drop of each color. If we do so happen to have orange, by the time you make it to this painting, then you can just go ahead and use regular orange instead of having to mix the colors. But if you feel like unleashing your inner child and mixing colors, by all means. Not to yourself.
So mix it until you get like the desirable color. I'm going for orange. Alright, that's a decent orange. Now I'm going to go ahead and add a little white. Just like a drop. Two drops. Let's see what we got here. Alright, so we can go ahead and color underside of leaf a little bit. Outer edges, darken it just a tad bit too. Alright, I'm just gonna kind of trace most of these leaves.
It's okay to kind of outline them, but don't completely color them this orange. So as you can see, that part that we had singled out, left mostly black, filled in. Color it with this orange if you haven't by now. Here's a good time to try to bring out that yellow middle stem to the center petal that I was talking about earlier. It's the last petal that I was painting. Clean this brush off a little bit.
Alright, so we got the lemon yellow. Two drops lemon yellow. One drop white. I'm gonna leave it at that, y'all. Alright, so we can just start highlighting this leaf a little more.
And by highlighting, I mean you can go ahead and color majority of the petals. However, you're gonna keep certain areas that orangish color, like the tip of this one and down the middle of this one. You want to keep it the orange underlay color. Start from the outer point of the petal. Trace the edges to give a firm outline. Here again, you will probably have a center that's yellow. If not, you can go ahead and lightly brush it over again right here. That outer edge. highlighting all the edges of each petal. And a brighter yellow. Here for this one, make sure you highlight the original shape so that way it defines all three petals that are here. Again, not doing anything fancy here. Just outlining each petal with bright lemon yellow. It's highlighting the underlay of the orange color that we applied.
Just do a little bit of this blue, mix it with this.
Alright, so that little mixture I just created with the additional blue, tap of blue, it gives more of a shadowy color. So you can see that on this back petal here.
Little drop of that, a little drop of white.
So with this white and yellow mix, I'm kind of painting just inside of that yellow outline of the plant. So that's where you can apply this white color if you want to give it a little white feel as well.
Alright, so what we're gonna want to do here is get a little bit of yellow, green, and white. So we have yellow and white there. Gonna add a drop of green. Just a drop, not too much. I'm gonna go ahead and mix that in. And put another drop of white. Alright, once we get a color that we like for the inside of the plant, we can draw a few little stems here. Now we'll try to go light so you can draw thin streaks in it. Alright, I'm only going to go with 4. Now the color that I want to do for the top of them, I think I'm going to go something strong, maybe like crimson red. Now we have crimson red. Can't find the crimson red, but no worries, we go magenta. Alright, so for the outside part, what we're going to do is we're going to paint it a few colors here. I'm going to go with a little bit of lemon yellow, 2 drops. You can go with a sap green, you can do 1 drop. And then we'll do white. One drop as well. Alright, so we'll start over here. Gonna double back around in a little bit and paint those again. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and paint it with this green color first, and we're gonna double back in a little bit and give it a little more darkness. Alright, so in that same color of green that you created, what we're gonna do, we're also gonna create one leaf on this side.
Again, it's important that you have at least one leaf that looks like it's behind a petal. That way it gives it a 3D-ish effect.
Alright, not bad. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and go back and color these a little. So I'm gonna add some yellow. And 2 drops to that green.
So here I'm kind of just outlining the buds with the yellowish green color. And it gives them more variety of colors.
Right, so we're only gonna color those 2 a yellowish color because those are like pods. Gonna clean this up a little bit. Like I want to give those fresh yellow. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and drop a little bit of black in there. I'm going to put a drop will be sufficient. Mix that up pretty well. Alright, then we're going to go ahead and just start painting this leaf here.
I'm kind of just giving the leaves somewhat of a shadow with this blackish greenish color. Alright, so that's pretty much the flower. Now I do encourage everyone to add their own touch to it, additional to what you've been doing. But my own little touch that I'm going to add to this, I think I'm going to go ahead and add like some type of dragonfly or something. You may want to add a little peace sign, maybe a ladybug, a caterpillar, maybe some dirt on the bottom, maybe plant in actual ground. I think I'm gonna just keep mine freaking easy here and just draw a dragonfly. Or what I would like to look like a dragonfly. You may want to draw a butterfly, that's cool too, but I think a dragonfly is a little better than a butterfly, but I'm a guy, so maybe that's the reason why. So this little guy some legs here. I did make him look like he's standing on the petal. Do somewhat of some dragonfly wings. That is curvy as butterfly wings. Some type of design for his wings. Which this wasn't too great of a success on his wings, but I'm gonna take this little piece and be proud of it. Alright, and that's
Thank you
my
for
version
supporting Painting Under the
of
Stars, and we
Dragonfly.
hope to paint with you again
Hope you
soon.
guys enjoyed this. Thank you for coming.